Hey, welcome back. Today we're digging into a really big change from Google, one that's all about cleaning up the articles and stories you see every single day. If you've ever scrolled through your phone and just felt like you're dodging misleading headlines, well, this one's for you.
You know the feeling, right? You see a headline that promises some incredible, earth-shattering secret or a super shocking story about a celebrity. So you click on it and poof, it's nothing. Just some flimsy article that has almost nothing to do with the title. That exact feeling of being tricked is what Google is trying to stamp out.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with the big picture, Google's ongoing war on clickbait. Then we'll zoom in on this brand new February Discover update. After that, we're going to put the old rules right next to the new ones so you can see exactly what changed. We'll unpack why these little tweaks are such a big deal, and then we'll look at what all this means for your feed going forward.
All right, let's get into it. The internet is basically one giant battle for your attention. I mean, think about it. You're scrolling on your phone, you might flick past a dozen serious headlines, but then you stop for the one that says, "You won't believe what happened next." That's the battle right there. And a huge arena for this fight is a feature you probably use every day without even thinking about it: Google Discover.
So what is Google Discover anyway? It's that personalized feed of articles that just shows up on your phone, when you open the Google app or swipe right from your home screen. It looks at your search history and tries to show you stuff it thinks you'll find interesting. And here's the key: it drives a massive amount of traffic to websites, which makes its rulebook incredibly important.
And guess what? Those rules just got a major rewrite. Google isn't just making small adjustments here. Nope. They've launched a pretty major offensive with an update aimed squarely at low-quality, manipulative content.
So in early February, Google officially rolled out what's called a core update for Discover. And right at the same time, they quietly rewrote their official guidelines, the rulebook that tells creators how to get their content featured. Now, when Google does both of those things at once, you know they are absolutely serious about enforcing these new standards.
Okay, so what actually changed? Honestly, the best way to really get it is to look at the old rules and the new rules side by side. It's in these little changes in wording that you can see their whole new strategy. Check this out. It's really interesting. Before, Google had this one kind of gentle suggestion about titles, but look at the after. They split it into two separate, much stronger commands. And this is the big one. For the very first time in this guidance, they are using the actual word clickbait. They're not hiding behind vague language anymore. And you can see the same pattern here. The old version just sort of described the bad behavior, using phrases like morbid curiosity or outrage. The new version, it's blunt. It just calls it what it is: sensationalism. This is Google putting a big, clear label on the exact kind of content it wants to get rid of. Think of all those gossip sites or political outrage baiters that just want to shock you.
Now this next change, this is a totally new front in the war. This rule just did not exist for Discover before. For the first time, Google is flat out telling creators that the overall quality of their web page matters. You know, how fast it loads, if it's drowning in ads, if it's easy to use on your phone. It's not just about the headline anymore, it's about what happens after you click.
So, okay, Google changed a few words. Why is that such a big deal? Well, because these new guidelines are like the public face of a really powerful algorithm update that's running behind the scenes. The new rules give us a clear window into what that new algorithm is hunting for and what it's trying to get rid of. This isn't just advice, it's about enforcement. And the best part is, we don't even have to guess what their strategy is. Google told us directly in their own announcement. This quote right here spells out the mission perfectly. Get rid of the bad stuff, like sensationalism and clickbait, and push up the good stuff, original content from actual experts. It's a classic quality over quantity move. Really, it all boils down to these three goals. 1, crack down on clickbait. The algorithm is now actively looking for those manipulative headlines. 2, push up original content. They're trying to reward real reporting over sites that just copy-paste stories from other places. And 3, show more local stuff. So you're more likely to see an article about a new restaurant in your town. Every single rule change we just looked at is designed to make these three goals happen. So we know the what and the why. But what does this actually mean for that feed on your phone? Well, the impact of this is just starting to happen, and it's going to affect both the websites making the content and all of us reading it.
According to Google, this update is rolling out over the next couple of weeks for English language users in the US.
After that, they're going to expand it to all other countries and languages over the next few months. So if your feed hasn't changed yet, it probably will soon.
You know, when you strip away all the technical jargon, the algorithm talk, and the documentation updates, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. Google wants to make the feed of content you see every single day less manipulative and genuinely more helpful and interesting.
And that leaves us with a really interesting question. As Google gets better at spotting and burying clickbait, will it just go away? Or will creators just find new, sneakier ways to grab our attention? It's a constant cat and mouse game, and this is just Google's latest and most significant move.